So this is huge. Tucker Carlson has just posted a video on X and on the Tucker Carlson network, an episode of one of the most popular podcasts/shows in the United States, occasionally actually number one. Not kidding, by the way, in which he is, in essence, reviewing a Cybertruck. The title of the video, A Day in Maine with the Cybertruck. This is going to be a huge deal. I haven't yet watched the episode. We'll watch it together in real time and I'll edit out some of the less critical stuff later so it's not 4 hours long. But despite the fact I haven't watched this yet, I know how this will go because I know what Cybertruck's capable of, and this is really important. All those years ago, November 2019, when I posted Cybertruck is engineering genius and will be copied, I explained that it would take time, but eventually Cybertruck was likely to become at least top 3, if not number 1, or worst case, maybe number 2 best-selling, quote, pickup truck in the United States. Why? It is utilitarian as fuck. The problem is, a lot of people tend to judge a book by its cover. First impressions. Oh, it looks like a doorstop. Obviously can't do truck things. Not for me. But here's the thing. It can do truck things. The only things that the Cybertruck can't do that a typical pickup truck can do, and by the way, I don't mean typical for every, but there's some options out there. You can't load the bed from the side. That is also, however, true of many other pickup trucks. And if you literally need to go 4,000 miles without stopping, to pee or eat or sleep, I guess it's possible. Maybe Cybertruck's not going to be for you. But those are exceptions to the rule. Tesla's gone after the 80+% of the market that matters most with the features and functionality. And here's the thing. We all know that a decent portion of Tucker's audience probably believe the Earth is 6,000 years old. Many are not particularly concerned about supposed climate change. And a lot live in isolated pockets of the United States where information can make for it be a little bit slow to travel. So the point that I'm getting at here, Tucker is going to open a lot of eyes to what Cybertruck is actually capable of doing. And Tucker, a trusted source of insight and information to much of his audience. This video is likely to be absolutely invaluable in terms of marketing/advertising, even though it's not paid advertising for Tesla, because people trust Tucker. They know that he's going to tell them his genuine thoughts. And I already know, since I'm aware of what Cybertruck's capable of doing, what they're going to be. It's going to take time, but Cybertruck will eventually become the top selling or close enough pickup truck in the United States, but it will take time. And how does that play out? The first person in your friend circle, your social circle, your professional circle, your family that gets a Cybertruck, guaranteed, will not shut the fuck up about what it can do. They will be desperate to show off, just to say, dude, this is so cool, check it out. So for every one Cybertruck that is sold, eventually that will lead to many more sales as people hear from their friend, their family member, their neighbor, their colleague, how great it is, how capable it is. When they hear, doesn't it only go 12 miles before charging? Bro, no, this can go, you're going to hear that over and over. What this episode of Tucker Carlson is going to do, featuring a Cybertruck, is transmit directly into the homes of many people who don't have a neighbor with a Cybertruck, what this thing can actually do from a trusted source. Tucker, this is absolutely massive. Now, it will take time. There will be a ripple effect. This will be a slow motion chain reaction, but it's going to happen. Tucker here is about to pour gasoline on the fire in terms of awareness around Cybertruck. So let's see what he has to say.
It's pretty clear at this point that the global warming cult is going to force us all to drive electric vehicles, probably soon. And that means the people who've invested in these, Joe Biden's friends, are going to get really, really rich. But what does it mean for the rest of us? Electric cars and trucks. Well, for people who live in cities, it's probably not a big deal. If you're a 26-year-old marketing major who went to Wesleyan, working in Midtown, and your longest commute in a car is from Chelsea to the West Village for dinner, not a problem for you. But what if you're a man with a real job who lives outside a city? What if you use a truck to work? What happens to you? Well, Elon Musk has just come out with the Cybertruck. You've probably seen images of it on the internet or maybe seen one on the street. We thought, what is this? Well, it's clearly the future or part of the future. So we called Elon and said, hey, will you send us a Cybertruck to review? We're in a very rural area with people who use trucks for a living. Let's see what it's like. So this is the truck that I drove this morning. This is the truck I drive. It's a 1987 Chevrolet Silverado, conventional cab, 5 forward speeds, some kind of aftermarket seats, a seat belt a dog has chewed, and it works pretty well. It's got a bed, looks like a pickup truck. There are no electronics in this. There's no air conditioning, there's no radio, and there's no way for the government to turn off my engine if I'm disobedient. So that's what I drive. I like it. That is a Cybertruck. Now, I'd open up the door to the Cybertruck, but I have no idea how. That is purely electronic, and that's what we're going to review. And to review it for us, we're going to talk to Patrick Feeney. We're on his farm in western Maine, in a very rural part of Maine. He is very familiar with heavy machinery. He was a diesel mechanic in the Army right out of high school in the first Gulf War. He was a logger running skidders. He was a long-haul trucker running 18-wheelers. So he's been in machines all his life. He's fixed machines. He understands machines. We're standing in front of his sawmill here on his farm where he cuts out.
Okay, so before we go any further, this is the guy, the hardest person to reach in terms of Cybertruck. This is the guy. And I don't literally just mean one individual. Obviously, you guys understand. It's a metaphor for the people who do this kind of stuff for a living, who live in these kind of isolated regions in rural areas and need reliable machinery to get shit done. So think about what happens when they watch this and they go, oh, that's me, bro. That's fucking exactly me. He's me. I wonder what he thinks about this doorstop on wheels.
Wood, and we've given him use of the Cybertruck, or Elon has, for the last couple of weeks. And we're gonna ask him a really simple question. Could you replace the truck that you drive, which is a Ford F-350, with the Cybertruck? We're gonna go inside his sawmill and meet Patrick Feeney. Patrick Feeney, like your shirt?
Thank you, sir.
So you've had the Cybertruck for a couple weeks.
Had it, well, actually, technically since Monday.
Since Monday.
Right, 1 week.
And today is Friday.
Right.
So you've had a week of the Cybertruck, and the question is, and you're gonna have a lot more time to assess it, could it replace your F-350?
So far, yes.
Really?
Mechanically.
Mechanically?
Mechanically.
This is huge, folks. Now, there might be some caveats coming. And by the way, what a brilliantly structured little segment. Credit to the team at the Tucker Carlson Network. They paint the picture, they describe the guy, and then bam, the very first fucking question. Can it replace your F-350? Now, for those who don't know, the F-150, quite a popular vehicle. There's also a 250 and a 350, basically bigger engine, more grunt, for people who actually need a truck to do truck things. First question out of the gate. Can this Cybertruck replace the F-350? Response, yes. And then it goes on to explain mechanically, meaning it can do the same shit, pull the same equipment, in terms of mass, carry the same kind of loads. I'll resist the urge to make jokes about anyone's girlfriend. So think about all the people, just like this guy, who think, what? He's got a 350 and he just said that this can replace it. I don't think people are going to appreciate the seismic impact this episode of Tucker Carlson show, which many millions, if not tens of millions of people will see, is going to have. Again, it won't be instant, but Cybertruck is suddenly going to be on the radar of a number of people, for which it previously was not.
It's got all kinds of power. Of course, it's a $100,000 truck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're going to not think about that right now.
Okay.
Because there's all kinds of carpenters at the local lumber yard with $100,000 trucks. I see them there every day.
Yeah.
So that's not too much of a stretch, I don't believe. But as far as go power, I'll show you. Towing power, ease of use. It's just like when you rent a car and you can spend the 5 minutes figuring out all the buttons.
Yeah.
It's basically that easy.
Is it really?
That easy.
Okay, so let's just go through things that you do, and I happen to know because I know you, roughly what you do. I don't know everything you do during the course of the day. But I know.
Not when I go home for lunch.
No, you go home for lunch. We live, by the way, we're standing in a place right now that is so untouched by the worst parts of modernity and so rural that people, is it fair to say, go home for lunch?
Yeah, most of the time. Or
Yeah.
we just don't eat lunch and go home at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
we just
exactly.
Work right through
That's
it,
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's take the Cybertruck and do some of the things that you would do with your Ford on a normal day. By the way, I love your sawmill.
Oh, thank you.
Could you?
Work in progress. Yeah, the Ford, for a rural man, this is every rural man. I'm a one truck guy. A lot of people have a work truck and a going to church truck.
Yep.
I like the one truck theory. It's just me and my wife. She has a truck now. I just bought her a new truck. I work out of my truck. I nap in my truck. I hunt out of my truck. I tow with my truck. I do all my stuff is in my truck. Everything I need is there. So it's like a Swiss Army knife of machinery. It's really, I plow with it. I plow snow, which is a huge thing, and we're gonna worry about that later with the Cybertruck, whether you can plow snow with it or not. But we basically need one vehicle that does everything.
So one of the things that you do, I know because I see you, is you take your dogs in the truck.
Yep.
Your beagles for rabbit hunting, your spaniel for bird hunting, and they kind of live in your truck also. Right. Have the dogs been in the truck?
Oh yeah, they love it. I don't think they think it's looking or anything like that.
Okay, good. Well, and you would know, because if dogs think
Right.
that, you can tell.
Right.
All right, well, let's test it out.
All right, we're gonna haul some dirt today.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get in your truck.
Push the button.
Which button?
White button.
Oh. What is this shit?
Oh, classic reaction. What is this shit? Keeping in mind we saw earlier Tucker's Stone Age 1980s pickup truck.
glasses. That's not very good.
Oh,
9mm.
oh, guns! Wait, I got it. Sorry. Okay, I don't want to be pedantic or anything, but this is how this area is different from other parts of the country. So you just, what is this here?
2 9mm.
2 9mm and the mags. All right, that's what was in the truck.
Lots of ammo.
Is that in your electric vehicle? Is it? As you commute to Midtown for your marketing job, do you have that in your electric vehicle? I don't think you do.
We're gonna go 117 miles an hour with 13,000 pounds of dirt in the back. How's that?
Please don't kill my brother.
Towing, hauling. There's a tow mode on this. Very easy to. I mean, trailer brake. These trailer brakes worn right down, so I've got it on 10, which means it applies more force to the trailer.
So I know this is high tech because I'm wearing a seatbelt. And how much are we towing?
Probably 11,000, probably 12,000 pounds
Of dirt.
of dirt. No, it's total weight, trailer
Total
and
weight.
dirt.
Now, when it says farm stand ahead,
That's my wife.
That's your farm stand.
That's my farm. Well, my wife's farm stand, and there's Campwood. Very smooth acceleration, 30 miles an hour. Oh yeah, this thing's. Look at. My Ford would be towing this fine. My Ford is great. I love it. This is just towing it like a. It's like it's not even there.
Seriously.
No wobble. Look at that. So I'm going 70 with that trailer. Look at the dirt blow out of the back of it.
Wow. So how would you compare that? You've got an F-350, right?
Yeah, this is F-350 is great. This is just smooth. It's electric motor. There's no transmission, direct drive. Your range when you're towing goes from 300 miles to about 100 miles, which is probably not acceptable for a heavy day of towing.
Right.
You had 3 dump runs to make with debris, like Sherwood and I often do, like when they tore apart the house.
Yeah.
You know, we did 3 or 4 dump runs a day. We would probably run out of juice. But it's local stuff, so it's your lifestyle. It's where you work. For me, so far, I've got an everyday driving range of me really pushing on the gas pedal, making short trips. Of course, it's a new vehicle. I like to go fast, so I'm burning more. It's energy, whether it's gas or electricity, it's still burning it.
Yeah.
I'm getting about 200 miles, 220 miles for around town driving. So that's acceptable for everyday driving. And it charges overnight. If I plug it in when I get home for supper, I wake up in the morning, it's fully charged. I don't know if you've ever ridden in a vehicle towing a trailer like this, but do you even know there's a trailer behind us? I have it on chill mode, not heavy acceleration. And did you feel that? I mean,
That's
pretty
crazy.
impressive. So there's no doubt about it, this thing will tow.
And you've been here your whole life and know everybody. And you've been driving, Ford truck for decades, and all of a sudden you show up in this spaceship. What kind of reaction are you getting?
I gotta get that fucking piece of shit out of here. I've gotten, at the chainsaw shop, they really wouldn't even look out the window. They didn't even want to acknowledge that I was there. Some people call me a One guy at the dump said, "Don't fucking park that thing next to me. It's gonna catch on fire." Most guys that are into trucks,
Yeah.
my friend Opie last night, we went to Mr. Pizza. We drove all the way up there, beautiful drive in this. We were going 117 miles an hour.
You went to Mr. Pizza in this?
Yes, last night, Gorham.
Wait, the famous Mr. Pizza in Gorham, New Hampshire?
Yes. And we stopped and visited my friend Opie. I let him drive it. Opie has a drag racing car, Pontiac Trans Am, I believe, or something like that. And he drove it, and he was like, "It's outdoing my drag car already." I mean, motor people are amazed. When we talked to Sherwood is an old gearhead, motorhead from the 70s, total motorhead, and he thinks it's great. People that understand mechanics,
Yep.
it's just, some people are like, I don't know, they're just scared of new things. People might not.
Dude has absolutely nailed that. Some of those reactions, people, I mean, they had to censor it, but these intense, visceral, emotional, and let's be honest, very embarrassing reactions from some people is why I said in the past, it will take time for Cybertruck sales to grow and grow and grow. But eventually, same people who were saying, "Get that piece of shit away from here," are going to be driving around in a Cybertruck and loving it. Interesting note though, people who actually understand mechanics, universally at least on this, loving the thing.
Can I put mine on?
No, mine's got better music.
It's better music than mine?
Yep. Okay, so we got in comfort mode. That's where I drive it to town. Because if I put it in fast mode, I get in trouble. Now watch this. A little bit of a difference.
Damn.
That's pretty fast.
Well, actually, my head
Your
hit
cheeks go like this. Okay, here's a jump right here. Ready?
Shout.
Nope, didn't get it. Too heavy. Won't jump. My truck would have been off the ground right there. Probably why I'm not getting good gas mileage. You think that has anything to do? You just can't stop yourself. It's like your first V8 pickup truck. You
Just two young boys having fun. And no amount of paid advertising can replace these kind of genuine interactions. I don't think there's a single person on earth who's ever gotten behind the wheel of a Tesla who didn't have this kind of smile on their face.
just burn the tires off it because it's so fun.
Yeah. It's an entire package of Oreos and no one around.
Because of the rural areas, and I do this with rental cars, in my wife's new truck, I'll have to do it. I turn all the warnings off because they don't work in rural areas with the rocks and the... Like, if you have it all on, you can't drive through a grassy field because the grass is setting the sensor off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just have to turn all that shit off. I don't believe in all that shit. Oh, the steering wheel. Oh yeah, that was the whole point of this conversation. Very good. It's flat. I can't, you know, can't drive with your knee. That's a big thing I always try, you know. You got to be able to drive with your knee and you can't with this. But other than that, I like it.
Can't drive with your knee?
No, look, see, because it's only half, so I can't, you know, you can't, I drive with my knee all the time when I'm doing stuff.
Well, how can you crack a beer with one hand?
That's what I mean. You can't roll a joint with
Yeah.
like that. So instead of turning the wheel around and around and around, it's hydraulic, so you can do it. You just turn it a little bit and it goes all the way because you'd be cranking the wheel all the way. See, I'm only turning that wheel a little bit, and it's got rear wheel steering. So when you turn the rear wheel steer too, so it just corners like a dream. And when we were towing that trailer, you guys, it just towing the trailer, it just corners like a dream. Oh, here's a little straightaway. I don't want to do it now. There's been baby ducks up here. If the Cybertruck ran over the flock of baby ducks, it probably would be on the pedal instead of sitting. Be like the Hummer, right?
It would.
It's kind of an obnoxious vehicle that way. Like, people look at you like, it's like embarrassed. It's like when you wear a suit out to a place where nobody wears a suit. You're like, everybody looks at you, you know.
Do you see any downsides to it?
Oh, me? The range. Getting parts for it. I mean, look at that windshield wiper. You want to go to Napper and see if they have one? I'm adjusting here. We're just going to go to off-road mode. Dynamics, off-road. We're up in the air now. Can you tell the difference?
Yep.
I mean, it's handling these bumps pretty good, I think.
Yeah, not bad.
It's capping me out at like 24 miles an hour, which is pretty fast on a road like this.
Oh, we're going 50.
Pretty capable vehicle.
Yeah.
No way you could do this in either one of our trucks and be anything left of it.
Now imagine for a moment if you're one of the truck guys who would have said, get that piece of shit away from me kind of deal when you see the Cybertruck. But you're watching this episode anyway, just so you can hate on it. And get to this point. You see the guys with smiles on their faces, having fun, flooring it, hearing how capable it is in terms of towing. Now you see it go off-road, flying. And then you hear a guy who's just like you say to Tucker that if they tried to do what they just done in the Cybertruck off-road, on a bumpy road, there would be nothing left of either of their trucks.
It would tear the truck up.
Yeah.
The window box off.
No.
Yes,
How's it handle?
like a dream.
So you like it, Mitzi?
It's like magic. It's like
So we've skipped ahead a little bit here. Tucker now allowing some people out in the middle of nowhere, traditional truck people, to use a Cybertruck. Handles like a dream. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. They're not paid to say this one way or another, just their genuine reactions. This is going to be huge.
being part of the Jetsons.
Okay, so this is local construction technique. Used a chainsaw to put that window frame in.
The windows are out of your cottage.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked them out of I dumpster picked them. Chainsawed out a hole, measured it out, squared it out, chainsawed out a hole, stuck the window in there and put some screws in it.
Pretty great. Can you give us your verdict? What do you think of the truck?
I love it. I'm not sure I really want to own one.
How come? I think your dog agrees.
Yeah. You don't like it, do you, Bert?
Well, that pissed her off when I asked the question, didn't it?
I suppose I could get really used to it.
Yeah.
It drives and handles really good.
This is quite an interesting moment. A couple of these guys so far in the video seem to be torn between, A, it's electric, which means the haters are going to hate, and there's a lot of them out here, B, it's different and new, and it'll stand out like a sore thumb. So on one side, you're like, I love it, it's great, amazing, fantastic, blah, fucking blah, 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 but not sure I'd want to own one. And then Tucker inquires, well, why? And then after a little bit of, it's just fucking amazing. Yeah, I don't really have a valid answer as to why. It's just new and different. So again, this is the entire point of the video and what I've been saying for the last 5 years. It will take time, but this exact reaction that we are seeing now in real time in this Tucker Carlson episode is going to occur over and over and over and over. Your neighbor gets a Cybertruck. You and all of your friends talk shit about your weird neighbor who's apparently about to come out of the closet or whatever other thing you would say about some guy that's driving an electric vehicle in the middle of nowhere. We heard earlier in the video, the guy was literally getting called such terms for driving the Cybertruck around. But then you hear and see what it does, and suddenly there's this uncomfortable feeling inside you. You know it's amazing. On paper, it's fantastic, but you just don't quite want to admit it yet. But give it a little bit of time and you'll eventually come around. This is just so amazing to watch.
The handle's really, really good at over 100. It's well, so they tell me. No.
But what are the downsides?
I think I have to be careful where I go, or I'll drag the belly of it on something and tear it open.
Yeah.
And if I get in a wreck with it, because I love to performance drive.
Yeah.
I drive sideways on everywhere I get a chance.
Yeah.
And why don't I put studs in the tires and brace us on the ice?
Would you race this on the ice?
Oh, yeah.
You'd win.
I'd win.
It's heavy, though, for ice.
Oh, the ice is 1.5 feet thick.
Yeah, you probably want to drive with the doors open, though.
Put the window down anyways.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'd have trouble getting out of this if it went through the ice.
We're going to do a timer till we get going. Let's do a timer to 60 and do a timer to 100. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 60.
Wow.
100.
That's amazing.
Okay, ready?
All right. 114.
Without no hands on the wheels. That's pretty good. Do they actually give us a ticket when they see that on TV? Can they go back?
I don't think a Cybertruck can get a ticket.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That's really impressive.
And this thing handles so great around corners. Holy shit, look at this. You don't do that in a regular car at all.
Nope. Nope, you wouldn't want to do
this
that.
friggin' thing is amazing.
Now, this friggin' thing is amazing. From a guy who admittedly lives in a part of the world where, at this point in time, you turn up in a Cybertruck, people are going to question your sexuality, threaten you, and tell you to leave. It's going to be quite amazing to see Cybertruck becoming the best-selling vehicle in some of these regions in the coming years.
Sure. Look, he's still on top of the machine looking at us.
So
what the fuck?
This was crazy. I think we're going to throw him a $100 bill when we leave here because he's going to stay and clean all this up.
Does he have to clean this up?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
This is just an amazing vehicle that way. It's fun. It's a fun vehicle. Very capable.
I think you're in love.
Derek's 150 is very capable. My 350 is geared for working. So this truck is very capable of working, but I'm sure they're going to invent electric trucks that just tow and haul and don't do all this crazy off-road stuff that people probably don't want to pay for. But hey, if you like this stuff and you can afford it, we haven't done the range test. We haven't done the long-range winter test, which I would really love to do, have this thing for the winter. So far, I can't find anybody that can say this is not a nice vehicle. That's for sure, much as you would hate them.
Hate who?
The vehicles. Electric vehicles. Everybody's mad at electric vehicles.
Yeah, I'm mad at electric vehicles.
Yeah, well, I'm mad at them too, but you got to...
There it is. The moment of honesty. This is just so fun. I mean, Tucker, by the way, moments ago, I think you're in love. I think Tucker's right. It's so funny here, right? The Cybertruck's just absolutely hit it out of the park. And some of the guys in this clip have still had a hard time admitting it. But the thing is, you can't ignore reality.
Admit that's a fun thing to drive.
Yeah, it is.
You got to admit, it's kind of fun. I don't think it's sustainable for a working man to have one. But we're going to have it for months. We're going to find out. We're going to interview a lot more people. We're going to get the pulse of America here. Or actually, pulse of Maine. Probably a little different. The pulse of America and the pulse of Maine are maybe a little different.
Little different.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's America 1983.
But it was a good day of testing and running around, and it was performed amazingly.
Amazingly. We spent all day in the Cybertruck with you and Sherwood. I'm about to get back in my 1987 and drive home. I feel like the initial review, the day-long review, was positive, would you say?
Yeah, very positive.
But there's still some open questions.
Still some open question. Range. I'm gonna, repairs, parts,
Snowplow.
battery replacement, snowplow. Good amount of snowplow on that thing if you're gonna live in Maine, and 1/3 of America is affected by snowy weather, so that's a pretty huge population. So yeah, there's a lot to learn about it, but
Well,
so far it's a fun $100,000 truck.
We're gonna let the testing continue. We'll check back in.
Yeah.
Patrick Feeney, ladies and gentlemen. So if you Google Cybertruck, the first thing that comes up are videos of people shooting the Cybertruck. So we felt morally obligated to do that. Of course, it's Maine, and we want to do it in the most organic way possible. So I just said to everybody here, if you have a gun in your truck, bring the gun. Turns out we had 4 guns in people's trucks. One's a hammerless 38, 2 are 9s, and mine is a cheap 22 that for some reason was in my truck. And so we're gonna open fire on the Cybertruck and see what happens.
Ready, aim, fire.
Well, great ending to a great clip. It's hard to emphasize how valuable this episode of the Tucker Carlson Show will be for Tesla and Cybertruck over the long term. As we saw, it takes time for people to admit what they know. Give people a few months, at most a year or two, seeing their neighbor absolutely tearing it up in their Cybertruck, ranting and raving about it. And eventually, people will fall like dominoes one after the other, buying these things, using these things, showing these things off, and further accelerating Cybertruck's rise up the rankings of most popular vehicles of any kind in the United States. Amazing stuff. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. There's plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed. I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.